Saturday again. How do we get here already? Today I am speaking about empaths. Oh, I just got something in my eye. Stop. Let me try that again. Something just fell in my eye. Empaths stop keeping everyone comfortable. How many ways do we adjust to keep people comfortable around us? We soften it, we over-explain it, we talk too much through it, we notice that they're upset about something, and then we step in and either talk too much or we start regulating them energetically. Good morning. Not our job. We grew up that way, we've been taught that way, but it's not our job. Yet, we keep doing it. I'm getting to my page on the computer so I can see the comments. Possibly. I don't know if it's going there or not. Let me go here. Hello. Good morning. It's not our job. No. No, ma'am. I'm so glad to see you. We grew up. Thank you for those little emojis. Yes, that's awesome. I love them. I don't see them on my phone, so. Yeah, so how many ways? How many ways do we attempt to keep people comfortable? And really, it's so that we can feel safe. And so we can feel comfortable. How many times, how many ways I'm guilty of this? Have I done it? I see the reaction. I feel the shift. I feel their energy change. And let me count the ways, right? And then I want to immediately step in because I'm uncomfortable. Bayan. Bayan? Is that how you say it? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Yes, so this is us as empaths, thank you, learning how to stay regulated in ourselves and stay in our own lane and stop attempting to make life comfortable for everyone else, because it's a false illusion that we're safe if everyone else is comfortable, right? It's programming. Muhammad, hi. Hello, hello. It's our program. It's what we've been taught for our whole entire life. And now we're like, this is not working. I'm exhausted. I have illnesses. I don't even know who I am. And then we get terribly depleted just for wanting to do good things. Hi, Mel. Good morning. Good morning. We are doing good things. It's relative. We feel good about it because it makes us more comfortable. But is it really good for everybody? It's like, that's the point, to check in with yourself. Yes, we're doing good things. We can tell ourselves we're doing good things. Our intention is good. But if you really, hi, Lisa, dig underneath that, is it really a good thing? Are we interfering with them? Are we interfering with their growth? Are we interfering in their energy? You see, every time we get into regulating and stepping into their energy, we're getting in their way. We get in the way of their own growth because we want to feel safe. We want to feel comfortable. We want them to feel safe and comfortable. So what do? We soften it. We over-explain it. We try to take it back. Some truth came out of my mouth and then I'm like, hey, let me reel it back in. Hi, Flea. Shouldn't have said that out loud. So we walk around, we feel depleted, and they feel pretty good. It's no longer our job here. It never was, but we always thought it was because that's what we've been taught. And so we drain ourselves so that other people can be comfortable and stable. What if we just said the thing and then let it be? What if we just stopped inserting ourselves in our energy where it's not our business? We give what we would love to have reciprocated. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely true. And so that's our motive, right? So if our motive isn't clean, if we're not giving clean and we're hoping we're going to get something back, we're even more depleted. Because now we have an expectation. Expectations are pre-planned resentments. Write that down. Expectations are pre-planned resentment. Mm-hmm. that is hard. What we were looking for me understanding. Yeah, yes. We were born into this world in the womb. We were already regulating. Our nervous system was already being wired to regulate. We have no cognitive ability to reason it. There's no logic in there yet. It's all feeling and sensation. Yes. And so we're already learning how to regulate in our nervous system other people. Mom's upset. There's somebody in the environment's upset. Then we're born, and then we have the environment, and all we know is the energy. So now we're just living in this space of energetic. Let me what? I'm so distracted by that. Let me regulate. Let me help everybody feel better. Because the minute we come into the world, we're being conditioned. And so we learn how to regulate the environment. Now we are unlearning. And it's not easy. It's not easy to unlearn and to reprogram because we're conditioned and it feels comfortable and it feels normal. All right, can somebody take care of this? Now, how many of you all are have ever called yourself people pleasers? I'm a people pleaser, a queen. I was queen of people pleasing because I wanted everyone to be happy. Didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't like the upset. I didn't like the warps in the energy. And so I was always trying to. Oh, I got something in my eye earlier and now it's just moved around. Yeah. So it looks like we're being really kind, but if we really stop and feel underneath all that, yes, we are kind. We're overly kind. We overfunction. We overdo all the things. But you'll pause and look at how you're leaking your energy out and what is your motive? Is it to get something? Is it to keep the peace, no matter what the cost? See, those are the things you got to stop and take a look at. Where are you leaking it out of your system, your energy? Because you're giving freely, absorbing like a sponge, and then wondering what the hell's wrong. You feel like crap, and they feel good. For a while. And we're not trying to make people uncomfortable. You know, the title is Stop Trying to Keep Everyone Comfortable. However I said it. Stop keeping everybody comfortable. We're not trying to make them uncomfortable. But when you begin setting the boundary or advocating for yourself, it's uncomfortable. And it's uncomfortable for them too, because now you're not regulating them and you're not rescuing them. And they're used to that. So what happens when you stop? They start trying to reel you back in to do that. Right? We set up these rules in the beginning of our relationships. And suddenly we're like, whoa, wait a minute, this is not my job? What? Let's do something else now. And we start having some boundaries and we start taking care of ourselves. We start saying no. No is a complete sentence. And then when I'm around certain people, I just pull my energy back in. Pull it in, put the bubble around me, cut the cords. They don't have access to the energy anymore. And what happens when they don't have access? They don't like it. I have someone that's several times over the last, I don't know, couple months, keep. I just barely read that. Did we come here to wake these rummies up? No, yes. So we're I just totally lost my train of thought on that whole thing. Yes, when we stop, the last few minutes I've had somebody that ended the relationship that as it was that we had going on, and then wanted to reel me back in because I dismissed them for something that they had done. Like, how does that even make sense? And then they wanted me to regulate them and process it with them. Like, hell no. No access. They kept hanging around me looking to hook my energy. Yes, exactly right. And so either leave the conversation or we just put the barrier around ourselves. Not a barrier that people can't come into, but the barrier that says you no longer have access to my energy so that you feel good and I feel empty. That's all that is. We're not in relationship. We're not, not having conversations and things like that. We're just saying you don't get to come into my space energetically. You don't get to plug in etherically, energetically. The hook. Yes. The hook. Do we get around? I don't know about y'all, but I get around certain people and you just feel their feelers. They're little feelers to see where they can either poke a hole or where we have an open space that they can just come right in and plug in. They got angry and it was uncomfortable. Yes. Yeah. That's the right in that moment. They got angry. It was uncomfortable. That's when we want to step in. We want to smooth it out and make it comfortable for everyone. Don't do it. This is a great example, but I'm using this for everyone. Don't do it. Let it be uncomfortable. Just letting that land. Let it be uncomfortable. Ultimately, what's going to happen is people are adjusting to our energy instead of us adjusting the room or adjusting to the room. And when we do that, let it be uncomfortable a little bit. I didn't abandon myself and they left. Exactly. So either they're going to leave, we get stronger in the discomfort over time. Well, and it stops being uncomfortable, right? It becomes normal. And the deeper our commitment to ourselves in that, the less people try to do it because we become very clear. And the clearer we are, the less it happens. And I'm not clear. What y'all talking about? I'm just curious. Hi, Betty Love. We're talking about an empaths who walk around trying to keep everybody else comfortable and giving our energy away. And then people get mad when we stop doing it. Yeah, empaths. Highly sensitives. And they either adjust to it and understand we have different boundaries, or they don't stick around. And either is okay. We can get caught up in the whole attachment of, oh my God, they're my friend. They've been my friend for 25 years. But really, what is the friendship? History? That's what a lot of mine were, history. There's nothing current and really valuable that I wanted to be a part of. and they weren't healthy. If you had a few of those experiences, they get used to you going above and beyond, and that's, yeah, and then they expect it all the time. Yes, exactly right. Because we set the rules up in the beginning. So had a relationship for, I don't know, 15 years or so. In the beginning, I was not where I am today. And over time, I kept growing. They didn't. And I kept making excuses and justifying it and rationalizing it and staying in. I don't see them that often. And I don't. I did it. I kept doing it. And then when my dad died, I really saw the true colors. Just foul and nasty, because I couldn't be the person that they needed me to be. The person that they could keep coming to for advice, keep sucking the life out of. It took a little while longer. It took a couple of years. They moved away, so it took probably 3 or 4 more years before I was like, done. Absolutely done. And then when I was done, it was a very short text, and then I blocked them. I haven't seen them since. It was sad. It's sad, but I set those rules up in the beginning, and then as I kept growing and evolving, they did not. Yes, it feels a lot better being done. There's some grief that comes along because we have that history. We have the longevity of some of those relationships. So the grief comes when we're grieving, not always the end of the relationship, but the end of who we were, the version of us that remained in that relationship. Get off my channel then. So we grieve that. There's many versions that show up in the world. And now we're really seeing the survivalists, the ones that survived, helped us survive to get here. And we're grieving that. We just ended that whole 9 years snake energy this last few months. And now we're moving into some new energy. And so we're really shedding that old. Thank you very much. There's lots of obvious ways that we do it. And then there's some ways that are a lot more subtle. Because the more we do it, and the practice of showing up for ourselves, the more subtle it becomes. There's a moment where we something happens and we feel it shift, or we hear a comment and we're like, I'm just gonna stay, and then we kind of lean in. There's the really micro moments we lean in, or we start to put our energy out there to regulate. So those are much subtler ways that we do that. And that's what we do in the Empath channel. Did a couple micro series on this. So yeah, if you're liking the conversation, subscribe, turn on notifications. And I also have the Empath channel where we get to meet a couple times a month, and we really dive into those subtle moments and how we navigate that and how we stay present with ourselves through that. So if you're interested, you can comment here, or email Marty at empathicsuperpower.com, and I'll tell you more about it. Does anybody have any questions on this? Good stuff. Let's see. Well, let's see. I thought you'd be proud of me. Yes, absolutely. Dragonfly. She's been coming for quite a while, and yeah, there's lots of shifts and changes and growth and evolution, and it's super amazing. It's super cool to watch. So let's see, what else is there? What else I want to talk about? Let's see. Maybe I'm going to pull a card now. I got some cards out today. Very good message. Thank you, sister. How many of you stay out of obligation? Let me share with you. I had learning to block the Remy's actually. Oh, yes, thank you. I appreciate it. I have a lady that is 90. And she can be quite a turd because she's 90. And so she's entitled. And I really had to check my motives about why am I in this relationship? Do I want to stay in this relationship? And will I have regrets if she's dead and I didn't stay in the relationship? Or am I doing it out of obligation? I have to get really honest about it. Or do I decide how I want to be in the relationship with her? I get to choose. Because I'm not willing, I did it for a while, walked on eggshells around her, and I'm not willing to live that way. So if I have to be around someone and not be walking on eggshells, cautious all the time, on guard all the time, not worth it. It's not worth my time or my energy. When I am staying in my lane and just keeping my energy to myself, I can be around them. Small doses. So we get to be responsible, and we get to take responsibility for how we are in relationships. I don't get to blame somebody else. I just get to decide how I'm going to show up. If I'm going to show up. Do I want to continue that? That's what you have to look at. Is it worth it to you? Is it worth every time you're around someone you're like guarded and constantly tightened up? We leak our energy out when we do that. I'm like, where's my car? The Burning Rose. Wow, never even seen it. Check it out. This is from The Inner Temple, Rebecca Campbell's deck. I'm going to have to look it up. I learned stay in my lane from you. I use it so much now. Bless you for that nugget. Yes, 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 yes. It's a great, it comes from AA. Stay in your own lane. Keep your own side of the street clean. That's what we talk about. I have to find where this is. The cards. I have no idea. I'm sort of familiar with the deck, but where the cards are. The Burning Rose, page 86. Symbol of sacred rage. Of anger alchemized into something creative, into passion, not destruction. We tend to see anger and rage as something we should avoid, as if expressing these emotions is to be avoided or even wrong, as if anger is something that should be controlled and restrained. Boy, right? Boys are taught that anger is dangerous, and women that the rage isn't feminine. Women who have the courage to harness their anger are often accused of being crazy and unstable. But this stops the flow of passion and the ferocious urge of the feminine to protect what's sacred. Anger or rage is often a reflection of what's important to us. It can be a signpost to our boundaries or lack thereof. It can be a guiding light revealing what we must truly care for, long for, or wish to protect. It can also hold within it the codes of our true passion and purpose. Already goes deep in her courses. Such valuable insight and information. No sugarcoating. No sugarcoating. Yes, this card is for me. We get to do better when we remember. Yes, 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 yes. We get to. We get to. And we don't. When we don't know, we don't know. So this is, it's culturally. Gosh, I've been reading a lot about this. Actually, the men are just sharing their passion and expressing themselves, and women are put in asylums. when they're really passionate. And if anger's the driver, it's even more of that. They would put him in asylums and call him crazy and unstable. I grew up in an angry house. And then I was told not to express it. I wasn't supposed to be angry, and I would get in trouble for being angry. Like, what do you do with that? And then the first time I ever saw like true rage, like blinding rage, scared the crap out of me that I could be that angry. Locked away expressions, yes. And I wanted to kill somebody. In that moment, I felt it. And I was like, oh, now I understand. I had a huge understanding about people who go into those blind rages. There's no control. The chemistry in the body that's released until you're off that ledge, there's no control of it. So it's finding places because we haven't expressed it. Part of it's because we have not expressed it. And so when it finally comes out, dude, you got to get off. Oh, my big cat. He's a big guy. Yes, I have that same rage in me. Yes. Marty's phenomenal weakness up to our gifts. Oh, thank you so much. So much, so much. I appreciate that. Why do we have it? So like this card was reading, the anger will show us where our boundaries get crossed, where we're not honoring ourselves, where we blame other people. So my anger will come around, typically around children and mostly around animals. And I have no problem speaking about it. And what it reveals to me, that's where my passion is. The injustices, the mistreatment. So if someone's being abusive to me and I'm angry, it's because they're crossing my boundaries and I'm allowing it. And it's not a fault thing and it's not a blame thing. It's a let's take a look at what's showing up here and how can I shift it? What needs to be accessed through it? So it's not running my life. Is that helpful? Pay attention to the cues. There was always a cue that was letting me know there was an anger that was under the surface that I didn't always know what it was about yet. Typically, I was dropping F-bombs, which I'm not opposed to doing. I do it, but there's a different resonance to it. When I'm dropping that F-bomb, and then I'm like, ooh, there's something underneath the surface here. Let me pay attention to what's coming up, what's being revealed. So those are my cues. That's not the only one. Sometimes I'm just super irritated. So paying attention to, is it me when I'm feeling irritated that's bubbling, or am I picking up the collective? Is it my stuff? Is a simple question you ask yourself. Yes, bullies, children, domestic, and animals, and the addicted now. I have terrible news on my homeless prodigal. Not expressing anger turned into depression for decades. Yep. Until I finally started meditating. Yes. Yes. Depression is anger turned inward. So if you find yourself depressed, let's see. If you're in a state of depression, and then you're starting to feel a little bit of irritation, that's like a micro movement up. We're not going to go from depressed to happy. We're going to go up in stages. So we're going to go to like maybe irritation, and then we might be a little angry, and then we might be a little frustrated, and then we get into resentment, and then we're moving up the scale to move into some higher vibration. But we're not going to jump from depression to being happy. It's typically not, we're not going to go that fast, that high. Hi from Turkey. Welcome, welcome. Yes, thanks for saying that about the swearing because I try not to do it and it comes out sometimes. I was irritated in a therapy session, brought up my brothers and dad. Oh yeah, dad passing situation. Yeah, pay attention to what's coming out of your mouth and what you're saying and what you're feeling, and because we don't always know it. There's some energy under the surface that's coming up for us to look at. And if I'm not being mindful of that, I will take it out on someone else. It's just another way that our energy leaks out. I just had to pause there for a moment because I'm like, where do I go next with that? I I tend to go out and walk. I tend to go move it out of my body so that I'm not taking it out on someone. I like to write, but sometimes that's not quite enough. I can't write fast enough or hard enough to move that anger. So let me go walk. Let me go run. Let me go do something to move that energy. It doesn't mean I don't feel it. I might still feel it even when I come back. But the energy that I am so present to in the moment has moved out. And now I can actually be a little more rational. Yeah, it's an energy leak when and especially if I'm going to start to take it out on someone else because I'm no longer in control of myself. Control is relative. It's being mindful and paying attention. It's just another way. It's it it's it's just different than if we're trying to soften it, right? If we're trying to soften it and smooth it out for someone, we're leaking it out in that way. It's a different way. A lot. I love you too. It this is all part of our growth. Please, it's not about judging ourselves over it or beating ourselves up over it or being unkind to ourselves and being mad at ourselves for being how we are and what we've learned. Be kind to yourself. Understand this is the process that we go through. Man, we are so hard on ourselves. Guilty. Well, I'm not very often today. Every once in a while I'll show up and I'm like, what the hell? Where did that come from? And my brain's trying to hook into some old dialogue where I was beating myself up so I could feel like crap and then I'm a piece of shit and and on down that rabbit hole. Yes, others spew their unprocessed crap. Yep. Walking is a good idea. I leave the room. Yes, love the self. Yep. Love the glasses. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So that's just one more place, right? It's we were not taught. We didn't grow up in homes. I did not grow up in a home that taught me how to love, nurture, care for myself, and trust myself. I didn't grow up that way. I grew up that if I'm regulating everyone else, then they're okay and I can feel okay. If I'm people pleasing and keeping everyone happy, then I can feel safe. My house was very unpredictable. So it's what we learned. So let us stop punishing ourselves for what we've learned and the generations that we've learned it from. Right? It's not a fault game. It's not a blame game. It's okay, here we are. Let's take some responsibility for ourselves. We're adults now. Keep going. Keep peeling the layers. And if you're interested in joining in a group, email me, Marty at empathicsuperpower.com, and I'll share with you what the group looks like. Coaching in the group, support in the group, ongoing. And it helps us just stay the course for ourselves. No more self-blame and shame of the self. Exactly. Trust the self. Still don't know how. I have been in and I feel like a stranger in my own body season as of late. 100%. How many other people feel like strangers in your own body? The energy is so different today. So what's so familiar and what we're used to and what we know, it is no more. Well, you're not really sure what the next step is all the time. So it's all new energy. Yeah. 100% feel stranger. Like, who am I? What do I do now? What's next? Yeah. So then that no more blame and shame of the self. I found it really helpful to understand that my friends, the energy is crazy right now. Real life. I am great. How are you? Yeah. So the energy is crazy. It's pretty off the hook right now. And so, yeah, we can feel like strangers to ourselves because the old isn't working. It's not serving us. It's really challenging even just to be hooked into it because it's losing its power, if you will. And now we're in this new space of, oh, what do I do now? You know, we pay attention. We do those micro steps. We take those small actions that have very big effect in the long term and those ripples, like when you throw a pebble in the pond. So our micro movements, incremental movements, have those effects. And super powerful. So in my world, I'm no longer looking for the big things that I always looked for. Those big, big aha moments. They're not there anymore. They're micro moments. Incremental is a little bit bigger than micro, so they're incremental too. And it's noticing them, paying attention. I journal a lot so I can remember them because it's just integrating and moving on. Questions? Any other questions? Yeah, energy is crazy right now. Off the chart. I got my dice, by the way. Yesterday they came in my book. That's good. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. Well, actually, this was the first one that spoke. This was the first deck that spoke to me. Was this one? Ancient. Same author. I have a lot of her. I may have all of her decks. I'm not sure. Can you show that card one more time? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I kept it in the book even. Oh, my headset just went off. I don't know what the deal is. I just ordered a new headset because these are not charging up anymore. People around me are focused on celebrating, partying, going out, and I only want to stay home. Yes. Ay. You know, when I was going out and partying, I don't want to deal with me. I don't want to deal with me. So I'm drinking and using and partying so I don't have to deal with me and what's going on with me. I was so afraid of feeling what I felt. God forbid I might learn something about myself that I didn't like even more. That's really what drove it. Okay, now it came back on. So weird. Yeah, so I was drinking and using to not feel and to run from myself. And if that's what they do, that's just what they do. It's what they know, and they don't want to be different. There we go. The egg stone. Oh, feminine power. Embodiment, fertility. What are you giving birth to? I love my safe place away from the rummies. Yes. You see this? All about feminine power. You see the egg surrounding her. So she's like in the egg and she's giving birth. Yes, I also like being home. Yeah. Me too. I don't go very many places. My husband does it for us. So I'm not running around. Yes, it's running from the self. So this is, if you see, she's in the egg and she's also giving birth. Yeah, these two cards together today. Yeah. So this is the feminine power. So what are you giving birth to? And it applies to the men. It's divine feminine power. I know there's a woman on the card, but this everybody has access to both sides of the divine feminine and masculine. So what are you giving birth to? And it could be the new energies that you're birthing in yourself and stepping into and owning and taking responsibility and not trying to rush through it. We have to pause and slow down and embody the energy. And we embody the things that we feel in order to move through them, clear that old energy, and step into the new. So this is so perfect. New things are being born. Sir Max, the prophet, which shall... Wait. Yes, embodiment, feminine power. All right, lovelies, step into your divine feminine. Honor yourself. It applies to all people, places, and things. Honor the self. Take care of the self. Embody yourself, your feelings, your energies. Feel the responsibility and accountability settling in. Finally, you remember I was a whippersnapper. I do remember whippersnapper. Just makes me laugh. All right, lovelies. Anything else? You're still a whippersnapper there, Alita. Yep. Yes, you're very welcome. Thank you. Thanks for showing up and being here. I appreciate you all. Hubs is really coming along too. Oh, thank you for that. That's super exciting. Super exciting. Let's talk. Okay, as soon as we're done, I'll call you. Have a beautiful weekend. Honor the Memorial Day. I wasn't happy. It's like, it's not a happy thing. Honor Memorial Day. Honor those that gave us this opportunity to be here, right now, doing this thing. This has been a better week. Oh, yes. Patience. Do not pray for patience. Pray for understanding. Patience is always going to give you more, but understanding will help you be patient. Crazy, huh? All right, lovelies. Have a beautiful weekend. And I'll probably be here earlier next Saturday. I'm not exactly sure yet, but it'll be posted. So I'll be here next Saturday. Have a beautiful weekend. Namaste.